Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Long time no talk. I'm so excited to be making a video today and kind of just like welcome myself back to my own channel because today I'm actually sharing my online college experience with ASU Online and I'm graduated. So this is as a post-grad, the entire experience. I have made videos previously, I think on my first semester and then about 2.5 years after I started, and now I'm completely done. So I kind of compiled all of the best stuff from those two videos to make this one. So hopefully I answer all of your questions and some questions that I may not have answered in the other videos. Of course, if there's anything that I did not answer in this video, feel free to comment below and I will make sure to reply to all of them, if not as many as I can. I really want to help you guys out, especially if you are interested in getting your degree online. So hopefully you guys like this video, and if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and join the fam. I make new videos every single week. So I'm gonna stop talking before this intro gets too long and let's get into it. A lot of people ask why I chose ASU Online over a bunch of other online colleges. I did look at a few of them before fully transferring and going with ASU Online. But I have my iPad right here and I found some cool stuff on their website, which definitely was a selling point for me when I was applying, and I just wanted to read it for you guys. So ASU was ranked #1 in the US for innovation for 5 consecutive years against Stanford and MIT. It's also ranked one of America's best value colleges by Forbes, which is so true. I saved a bunch of money going to school online versus the college that I was at before. You can also review tuition costs based on the degree that you want to get on their website, so I will link that down below because I know I had a lot of questions in my last few videos about pricing. ASU Online is high quality and their degrees are accredited. They also offer undergrad, MBA, and certificate programs. So in 2017, I graduated a fashion school with an associate's degree, and I decided that I wanted to get my bachelor's degree, but the school I was going to was really expensive, and I also just wanted more flexibility to be able to work. I needed to support myself while I was in school, so online just seemed like a way better option for me. So after I graduated with that degree, I went ahead and decided to transfer to ASU Online. They took about 45 out of the 95 credits from that school, which I know isn't a lot, but I was going to a fashion school and I completely like switched to kind of a traditional type of school. So it'll all depend where you're transferring from with how much credits they'll take, but that's something that you can talk about with your advisor that's assigned to you if you're applying. So my major is business communication, and I decided to do this degree because my associate's degree is actually in marketing. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about business as a whole when it comes to sociology, when it comes to math and finance and all that kind of stuff. And so this was the perfect degree for me to get all of that while still being in line with like my marketing and social media background. I also didn't have a minor with ASU Online, but that is an option. I didn't do it because my associate's degree is so targeted. I kind of consider that just as my minor. It took me 3 years to graduate from ASU Online. I did not take off any summers, so I did 10 semesters in a row. Took me 3 years. Normally that would take you 4. I wanted to be done. I had already been in school for 2 years prior, so 5 years seemed like a-okay for me, and I didn't want to drag it out and spend more money than I had to. For me, it was honestly pretty hard and it was time consuming, but it is possible if that's also what you want to do. It is a very non-traditional path to college, but I am just not a traditional person and it worked for me. So getting my degree online, I was able to work all throughout college. I always had a job. I was able to work on my own business, my own social media, and just really figure out what I wanted to do and build my resume, which has been such a big help. And honestly, I feel a lot more secure now that I'm graduated that I do have like some solid things on my resume. I also got to live wherever I wanted, which I really loved. When I started ASU Online, I lived in Los Angeles, and now I live in Austin and I love it. A question that I got asked so much over the past few years at ASU Online is if I felt as connected to the school as I would have on campus. And honestly, I did feel very connected to the school. They have really great resources when it comes to social media, and they have a blog. Your counselors and advisors also work so hard at staying in contact with you and making sure you like know all the traditions and the ins and out of being a Sun Devil and an ASU Online student, which I thought was really cool. And I also had the opportunity to be a ASU ambassador because they saw my first video that I posted with my ASU Online experience, and that also just, you know, helped me be more connected to the school. And I do have a lot of school spirit, a lot of school pride. I am proud to have graduated from Arizona State. So this school is set up just like a normal on-campus school where you have a fall semester and you also have a spring semester. There is an option to take summer semester classes, which is what I did, but that's totally optional. You don't have to do that. The one thing that is different about the semesters is that they are split up into 2 sessions. So you'll have your A session and your B session. Basically, you take 2 to 3 classes every 7 to 10 weeks, and they're a little bit faster, a little bit harder in my opinion because they just are so fast paced. But what's nice is you're only doing like 2 at a time. So I feel like I really had the time to focus on 2 subjects rather than trying to focus on all 4 at once. And for me, that just worked. It worked really, really well. It was hard for me to get a handle on probably for the first year, but after the first year, no problem. I really liked it. So in total per semester, you'll probably end up taking 4 classes, 2 in the A session and 2 in the B session. The most that I ever took in one semester was 5 classes, and that was because I had one class that was called a C session, and they don't have a lot of these classes, but they are available, and I did it for a math class. So basically a C session class lasts the whole semester, just like a regular class would. So if you need like a little bit more extra time, like the expedient is just not working for you, let's say in like a math or a science class, that is an option. There just is less like options for that type of class, so you have to get in like if you want it. Like I said earlier, it is an extremely fast-paced environment. It does get pretty difficult by week 4, and after that, like the last few weeks are pretty hard. As long as you stay on top of your work for that first month, you will be okay. I always tried to get just a little bit ahead or just have a few extra days in those like first 4 weeks. That way, when it did get harder after the midterm, I was like golden and I didn't feel too overwhelmed. This was something that I learned quickly, and it's something to know if you're going to be taking expedient classes like they do at ASU Online. So I spent probably 30 to 40 hours a week on homework. I'm not gonna lie. I was also working a job for 30 hours a week and then trying to do my social media for however many hours I could fit in between all of that stuff. And it is hard. It is doable though. There is so much flexibility when it comes to reading your textbooks and like watching the lectures and all that stuff. None of that is timed. There's not like a specific time and date you have to be there for that. But there are specific dates for quizzes, tests, and then when assignments are due. But at the beginning of each class, you are given a syllabus and a schedule with all of the due dates. So if you want to get ahead, you can, for the most part, get ahead, but you cannot miss like the deadline dates for tests, quizzes, and your homework. So classes have stuff due on different days of the week. It really depends on the class. For the most part, I had stuff due on Sundays in a lot of classes, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But again, it differs for every class. You won't have like homework due on all those days in all classes. You might only have to do everything by Sunday. It really depends on the teacher and how they set up their class. A big comment I got on my last 2 videos is if tests were monitored, and yes, they are. They use a program for most of the classes called RP Now, and you do have to have a working webcam. You do have to have a working microphone because it does record you while you take your test. This is to keep people accountable so that they don't cheat and they actually learn like the content from their online classes. It would literally be pointless to me to go to college, especially if you're paying for it, and not actually learn what they're teaching you. Like I don't know why you would even do that. Like it makes no sense. It's not gonna help you at all. So for me, it wasn't a big deal. Like I didn't ever think it was a big deal because I did my homework, I studied, and it was fine. It's not really weird at all, and it's definitely necessary. So for me, this school was definitely a lot harder than my previous fashion school. I think just because it was so much broader, and I did have to take math classes and I did have to take other classes that I hadn't taken before. That really challenged me. But I'm really glad that I was able to attend both schools because I learned so many valuable things from the fashion school that I actually used going to ASU and I've used in real life working. So I definitely think going to ASU Online was worth it. I'm so happy that I got my bachelor's degree and that I finished what I started, even if it took me 5 years instead of 4. Honestly, most people graduate in 5 to 6 anyways, and then you have to think about people who are like doctors or pharmacists that have to go to school for like ever, for literally like ever. And honestly, you don't have to adhere to any specific timeline. You can take as little or as long as you need to get the degree that you want and pursue the goals and career that you want for yourself. So don't let it bug you if you don't finish school in 4 years, or you don't double major, or you don't do all this extra stuff, or maybe you only could get 1 or 2 internships, or maybe you just have to work and you can't get any internships. As long as you can apply yourself and use the resources and the time that you have at your disposal, you will be good. So there's one more thing that I wanted to cover in this video for you guys, because I had a lot of comments about admission on my last 2 videos. So for undergrad admission, a freshman, it's $70 to apply. You also have to meet 1 of 3 requirements. So a minimum 3.0 GPA, top 25% of your graduating class, or an ACT score of 22 or higher for Arizona residents and 24 or higher for out of state. So you don't have to meet all 3. You don't have to be like some super crazy star student. You just have to meet 1 of those to be able to like be accepted into the college. For transfer students like I was, it's $70 to apply. I paid that when I applied. You also get to speak with a counselor to see how many credits that they're gonna take, and that will carry over, and they really work closely with you. I was so thankful for this, and it was a big like turning point for me when it came to choosing schools, because they were just so on top of it and I felt very secure and good about my decision. You also have to have a completion of an associate's degree with a minimum GPA of 2.5 or higher for non-Arizona residents and 2.0 for Arizona residents. So hopefully that helps you guys if you are looking at applying. I will have links to the tuition cost calculator, to their website, to my specific major if you're interested in learning more about that, all in the description box below. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. I had a really good time making this video. I'm so happy to be done with school and graduated. It feels crazy to me. Like, it came up so fast, but also took forever. Like, I don't know how to explain it. As for now, I am just applying to jobs. Thankfully, I get to live with my parents while this whole crazy stuff in the world is happening and I'm looking for a job. Like, thankful to them. I'm so thankful, like, blessed. But yeah, you guys can kind of follow me along in my journey post-grad on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna be posting a lot more vlogs, a lot more just like stuff about my life, stuff that I like. Y'all know the drill. If you're new here and you made it this far, congratulations. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out when you guys thumbs up my videos, share my videos, comment on them. Like, it really means the world to me too. But that's it for today, and I will see you guys next week with a new video. Bye.